that my grades are gonna get slipped because of what happened with this semester. I feel like I'm not gonna get the good mark that I want. Like all I'm looking for is a 2-1. That's all I'm looking for. Even go down by 2-2, and I can work from there. Like I'm not looking for anything higher. I'm just looking just to get the mediocre.
So you know, though, you've gotten this far. You know what you need to do to get that mark, because you're not stupid, right? You got that. You know what you need to do.
Please, I think so.
You just need to put the time in, and you need to put the work in, and the work is work. One of the things all of us have to get used to as we grow up is that the fact that it's not all playtime anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The transition from childhood to adulthood is like the changing of a dial from how much playtime to how much work time you have. And if your parents and society are doing it right, you start out with maximum playtime, and that slowly shifts as you learn how to handle work and becoming self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Right?
I just wanna, you know, I'm getting multiple things. I'm getting a subconscious competition from myself. Like, all I'm looking at is she's like, you know, she's all. She's
if your parents and
like, she's got herself her own job. She's got a life. She's happy. Well, I think she is. She's got a, at least in my eyes, and from what I'm saying, she's got herself fairly secured. And like, I've also got the feeling of I don't know if I'm doing well enough to, you know, do my own stuff. If I'm actually competing well with myself.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And
Streaming
other
some
things, it's just pressing, you know, some.
Competing with yourself, or are you competing with an image of say your sister, or an image of what you think society expects from you? Because I find a lot of people your age really are putting themselves up to this kind of standard that I'm not sure entirely where they got, but they seem to feel like they're supposed to have the education, job, house, car, spouse, happiness thing down right now. And I'm like, dude, I'm 36 and I've tried and failed and tried and failed. And I'm not alone. I'm not like some massive failure. Relationships are hard.
I think the reason is because this is how society has told us it's supposed to go. Our generation got screwed.
Yeah, with Kelly.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I hate it, but I agree.
And like, I think one of my, like, when I graduated, I suffered incredible abuse from my father. Sexual abuse at one point, not from him, different person. I've been through the ringer, and it's made me depressed my entire life, off and on, like, you know, a consistent level of depression that peaks and wanes. And I generally had good coping skills for it. I had music, and I had all these things. And then I went to college, and then I drank, and, you know, whatever. But I got my degrees, and I started.
Grades for them?
I got like I went from a 3.6 GPA in high school to a 2.9 GPA when I graduated. So too bad.
That's considering. Okay, so I share your diagnosis of major depressive disorder, just like for different reasons. Considering I know how deep those pits get, that's pretty badass, actually.
So what happened? So when it was time for me to finally start my transition, like, my dad has no fucking clue. And I didn't have medical insurance. I didn't have anything. But I knew this is what I wanted to do with my life. So
did guys like call you Hans before everything?
No,
like,
no.
It's like,
anyway.
Like, yeah, I'm just saying, because like if that happens, because I would hate if I was like, you know, since hate for like the opposite sex that you're not attracted to, just to.
I'm bisexual. I'll fuck anything that moves. But basically, so I didn't have anything. I'm going to college. It's my last semester. I'm stressed out, but I know I want to start my transition. So I figure out how to get fucking insurance. I find I find my doctor. I find my therapist to get the recommendation for hormone replacement. I go through all of this.
So,
and
are you in the period of transition? I'm sorry, I just want to clarify this, because it's my understanding, and I haven't been in the field for a couple of years now, but it's my understanding that if you want to transition, you have to spend a solid year living as the gender that you.
That's for surgery.
Is that the case?
That's for surgery.
So you're not. I'm sorry. That's what
I haven't gone through surgery yet, but no, I'm on the hormones. I'm living as myself.
So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
you're living, okay,
I started.
You're in that.
So I started my medical transition January 2017, and I hid it from my father. He had no idea. And then the moment I moved out to Delaware to be with my mom, I immediately full-time. And I've been full-time since. And things were great. I was finally like not depressed for the longest time. I felt happy. Like I was smiling. I was
How
everything.
long?
It lasted from May to September. Well, April to September, because I was like, I finally got my meds and I was finally on track and I felt, hey, I can do this. In January, I started to pick up, like basically from like January to September, I was on the slide from not being depressed to finally happy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get this job in July and it starts tearing me down. It's an abusive workplace. You know, one of the employees, you know, talking about shoving a fucking pole up my ass, constantly yelling.
Why?
Because she's an asshole. Like, that's just what assholes do.
Because
you know?
Abuse is everywhere. Verbal abuse, emotional abuse is everywhere, and we let people get away with it.
And
that's why.
And then I go to my manager and I explain all these things, and the manager doesn't do fuck all. I'm the one at fault. And it's a grind. Holiday season, I'm getting, you know, my depression just skyrockets to a level it's never been. And I completely shut down. And, you know, like I said, it was making plans to kill myself every day. And eventually I got to the point where I find, like, I was sitting here, I was eating a pasty, which is a regional thing from where I grew up. And I was eating that, and because I'm so depressed and I've shut down, my mom was like, okay, well, I'm going to turn off the internet completely because you obviously aren't taking care of yourself. And by the way, I'm working this shit-ass job and not even allowed to touch my own money. The card's been taken from me. I can't touch my own money. And
how old are you, Jules, if you don't
23.
Wow, you're only 3 years older than me.
So,
okay, but that means that there's only one or two ways that's legal. You don't have control of your own money.
It was the condition on me living in this house. So for me to move out here, that was the condition.
Is that in writing anywhere?
No.
Is that in a contract anywhere? Okay, so that's not really legal, Jules. I mean, I can't tell you how to live your life.
Yeah, I know. But
that's not legal.
Things have changed, especially because of what happened. But the added stress, the anxiety, I've always had anxiety problems. Panic attacks often. Just depression to where I can't even... I can't believe I even fucking got out of bed all these times. And then I turned back to alcohol as a coping mechanism, which I had stopped. I would drink to have fun and, you know, socialize or whatever and be no deal. And on the night of the 18th, because I was shut down completely and my room's a mess. And, you know, the first, basically, you asked him what his daily routine is. Mine was get up, get dressed, go to work at like, I wake up at like 4:30 in the goddamn morning.
I'm Canadian. How's it going?
And I go to work. I start work at 6:30. I work till 3:30. I finally get home around 4 or 5 because it takes a while. And then I sit there.
I play other games.
And basically, I got to the point where I was too depressed to where I couldn't even like do anything. So I just sat there and basically looked at a fucking wall.
Just crashing cars and having fun.
I had no enjoyment, no nothing. And then I'd go and fucking repeat it over and over and over. I've lost inspiration to write, to do anything, to even use any coping skills to help. And other than drink, that was just what I did. And I would like just sit there and I tried to role play, and you know, it just didn't work. I tried to take myself out of the situations. It didn't work. And like I said, she, you know, because my room was a mess and I wasn't holding up my share of the work at home because fuck, I'm depressed.
There's a lot of background
She said, all right, I'm
noise.
gonna turn the internet off, and that was the moment I said, fuck
Talking
it.
about their lives.
I'm really finally saying fuck it. And I had a full bottle of alcohol,
The
vodka.
mods, you can get the mods.
I took it and I said, all
You
right.
can get the mods
I
at
went on DaisyRP.
Beam.ng.com or through the game.
This isn't a cry for help. This is me saying goodbye.
You just
no, but that's exactly what it is, Jules.
This message, I know,
main menu,
but this message will probably get deleted.
I think I updated it.
But
Just
I'm going to down this bottle of vodka and hang myself. So it's been nice, deuces.
Yeah,
and that's what caused the whole train wreck that caused real RP to really become a thing as quickly as it did.
Well, but Jules, let's just chill for a second and stop, because that's exactly what it is. I want to be clear on that. That is what it is.
I know.
How long ago was this?
The 18th
of this month.
Yeah.
All this all started because of one Canadian unemployed Canadian's Twitch stream.
Wait, what, me? What about me?
This whole thing.
What about me?
So how does that work?
What do you mean?
Wait, who's the unemployed Canadian?
Exactly? How do we get from one Canadian's Twitch stream to?
Because it's nipple hat.
I'm on
anyway.
YouTube now, not Twitch.
Yeah,
anyways, you get the mods from.
I just don't want. I only
anyway.
the mods thing and you repository.
Can I continue?
You get you can get all your mods from here.
I down the bottle.
You download them and
make a noose. And at this point, I was too drunk, and I made a dark joke about this. And I'll do it again. I was too drunk to the point because when I made the noose, it was too small. Like it got around my neck good, and I just couldn't hook it up. And if I was just a little bit more sober, I would have thought, oh, why don't I just tie 2 bed sheets together? Duh. But, drunk. So I tried, failed, and then
Anyways,
I sat.
Well, I have to go now. I'll be streaming probably tomorrow again. Oh, shit. I'll be streaming tomorrow again. And, yeah, I have to go. I'm going to a party. I was just streaming for a couple minutes, just testing out the stuff. What? Anyways, see you guys. Ooh. See you guys later, I guess. Subscribe if you want. Well, like you see where I'm showing the mods. Like you go in mods over here, and you just go in the repository, and you can choose from you filter it and stuff. Anyways, yeah, have a good day. Have a good time. Alright, I don't do a sub for sub, but see you guys later.